Despite transforming into a vaporous form, Raphael was able to use his frosty magics to freeze the Lady's Whisper and destroy the distant cousin of death itself once and for all. This opened the way back through the temple, and returning to town, the heroes sought out Morlibint for the final pieces of the lens and lattice puzzle, before taking some time to prepare themselves for the final stretch of their quest. And more importantly, give a final goodbye to the town they and many others had defended to the end. Before re-entering the vaults, the heroes sought out Rin Savinci one last time, and as she attempted to read the stars, dark powers intervened and thwarted her efforts. And just as she did at the beginning, she asked the heroes before her to see it through.
So we've reached the probably penultimate. If it's not, I'll come back in later and edit this to be the final episode. But it's had me thinking lately about how every superhero movie ever follows the traditional climax and end of the movie, just the epilogue, the beginning, the middle, the end. And that also made me think of, like, if you had a useless superhero persona, like, what would your superhero name be and your superpower?
Okay, so like a useless superhero power.
Yeah, like what's something that you like? For example, like, to my knowledge, I have never misplaced a sock in my life. And so I think that my superhero, like, just ability would just be like either Booty in the socks, and I would have a little pet dog that follows me around that carries socks in his mouth. And then, like, the socks always have whatever I need inside them. And
okay.
Yeah.
like little bags of holding.
But it's always just, it's always just useless shit. Like, just here's a sock of marbles, or here's like, just like, I need to start a fire. Here's a sock with literally lint inside it. Just, it's nothing ever that's
Did
like,
you say booty in the socks?
I said booty in the socks.
Okay. Okay, just making sure.
Sounds like you're smuggling cocaine to me. In a very inefficient way.
I plead the fifth.
Use something less permeable.
Oh God! Why are your eyes so big, Cam?
Well, I got one. Though mine's not based in reality. Like, Cam,
Okay, good.
yours was sweet because, you don't lose socks. But mine's not based in reality. And it's being able
It's
to
so
turn
cozy.
any drink into a blended drink without a blender. So you just, like, touch it, and then it turns into, like, a blended drink.
A little flask of fellowship, but at the beach.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, maybe just Mr. Cool would be the name.
Oh yeah, I like the idea of. I got this margarita on the rocks, but I really wish it was blended. Boy, golly, do I got you!
Exactly. Or like,
more like Mr. Slushy.
oh, they don't have a goddamn blender here. Like, what am I gonna do? And then you're just like, now you've got a Miami Vice.
Fucking slam through the wall like the Kool-Aid man.
That's just good
So
business.
do you like use your hand for this, or like how does the blending work?
I just touch the glass and it magically turns into a blended up ice.
There was some talk about pulling out a slushy machine at my work for the summer recently, which I'm very against in a reasonably classy restaurant and wine bar. But I was also thinking, like, what if we just started blending Caesars? And I actually thought of you, Scott. I was like, would Scott drink a slushy Caesar? That sounds terrible.
Those machines that are pretty hard to keep clean and not getting gross when it's just like a watery, sugary mix.
I'm drinking a Caesar right now.
Scott's literally drinking one now.
Oh, I'm just imagining like even blending the garnishes, like just putting the chicken wing in. Brrr.
Hard pass.
James, you got one?
Circle back.
Okay, Freeman, you finish yours.
Circleback's a great superhero name.
That is a good superhero name.
Kind of got a
Well, yeah, tell us about the powers of of Circleback, the superhero.
We'll do it later.
Able to freehand draw circles at will, anytime.
Oh, jeez. That might be the most useful one yet.
Like always perfect.
But his weakness is he can't do them concentric.
Yeah.
He can't draw within the same one.
No spirals.
The Fibonacci sequence, right out.
Just can never
No
do an
way.
oval. It's circles or fuck off.
Yeah. Exactly. Fractals, ovals, don't need them.
A square? Not on your life.
Fired from a Easter artist job. No eggs. I got a little smirk at Duncan on that one.
Pity.
I feel like if I were to relate an actual pointless skill that I have into this, it would be my ability to pick up broken glass with my bare hands without cutting myself. I'm shockingly good at it because I break a lot of glass at work and I just don't have time. So
It's fair. It's like the bartender's equivalent of how cooks can just pick up a hot pan.
Oh, yeah. Asbestos hands.
Yeah, although there is a weakness to it too, though, because if you have like tempered glasses, which you get like a lot of your water glasses in a restaurant would be, when they break, they like explode into many like chunky pieces. You can't be immune to picking those up. Like they'll find a way to cut you. But if it's like a wine glass where they're like slimmer and like you would think sleeker and sharper, I can do that no problem, easy.
So what's your name?
Bartender?
Jesus Christ.
That sounds like your special power is mucking.
Yeah.
I'm actually just the janitor. One of those real working class heroes.
It's janitor.
Trundle.
Bad guys, I muck 'em and chuck 'em.
I'm here to clean the streets. Dunk, save us, please.
Oh God, wish I could save myself. I'd like to channel like my awful ADHD habit of turning an appointment at any time in the day into that's the only thing I've got to look forward to all day. I show up 4 minutes early for everything being a power. That would be great if I just show up 4 minutes late, because I do show up 4 minutes early for pretty much everything because I've been thinking about it all fucking day.
I just can't get it in your head.
Brother, that appointment thing. That's why I just try to stack all my appointments in one day. It's like, haha.
Yeah, I try to front load so much.
So is your name just Captain Obsessive Compulsive or what?
Yeah, I'm just like, give me the earliest thing you got, and I'm sorry if you have to wake up early, but I will be willing to take that too. And I don't know, my superhero name will be the Early Bird.
Always getting them worms, baby.
Always getting them worms. That's his tagline. You got tagline.
And that's special.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of getting these worms, y'all want to go dig up Belcora and put her back in the dirt?
Ooh. I thought you were going to make a joke about how you just defeated Volok.
That's would have been a good one too, but no. I'm looking forward, Freeman, not to the past.
I was thinking more about how we can dive back into this game for more useless heroes.
Wow.
But Talford's not here.
And we're about to fuck you up, Barn.
What? Me?
Yeah, that's
What did
right.
I
You
do?
specifically.
All right. Well, we just had a lovely session last week of our own sort of personal potential goodbyes to the town as you dive back into l'abomination velte.
Hold on.
French, my friends.
What about all of our
For-
sick items that we're getting?
I was going to say, is there anything else you want to do before you go?
You goddamn right.
You want to pick up your mail?
Yeah.
You want to go shopping?
I want to see in the dark.
You want to trim your nails?
Negative.
Last thing you want is a hangnail or an ingrown toenail when you're down in the dungeon.
Did we get a +2 resilient for or +2 armor potency for Beryl? I thought we did.
Yeah. So yeah, what you picked up was your order was a +2 armor potency rune, 2 pairs of obsidian goggles greater, and a fire jump ring.
My goggles, please.
We should also talk about adding that mummified bat or those thrice fried mudwings before we go in. And who's taken Beryl? You're taking the lettuce, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just throw my lenses into the thing, and you can montage slot them in.
Okay, I've thrown what I need to the stash. Distribute as you need. And you're going to slot the 3 lenses you have into the fulcrum lattice.
Yeah, why do we have
You're
all
going
the
to-
lenses in our stash?
Yeah, we have Ebon Fulcrum lens now too.
Well, I put it in there so that you could, because you did the research so you could read it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have it, but at least you can read what it does. Calm down, everyone.
And I
My
put the other
God.
3 in, or my 2 in there so Cam could grab them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Realistically, you just need someone holding the lattice because the bulk doesn't change. So just keep that in mind. But everyone can look at the effects of these lenses in the stash. The thrice fried mudwings. You have mudwings. If you want to try to fry them, you can. But I am going to need a check for this, a crafting check. Should anyone want to try that, or maybe there's someone in town you want to hit up for some aid on that front.
I got a 14 in crafting.
Let's just bring them to Vandy, or not Vandy, Tamily. She's got a deep fryer. That's canon.
Yep.
Is it canon?
Yeah,
It is
she said
now.
She's got like fried anchovies and something else at some point.
Oh, I mean, there's lots of preserved fish for sure. I don't recall frying anything, but I mean,
All right,
I could have. I'm not saying I didn't say it, but I'm not saying I did.
let me just pull up the Otari wiki real quick.
Looks like there's no hood vents in the Otari fishery. Can't have any gas or fryer oil.
Yeah. Galarian OSHA will get you.
Better have a grease trap.
But if you wanna attempt a crafting check, you can. I guess there's not really any chef like NPCs in town, but you can hit up a restaurant of some kind and request some aid.
I think the funniest part of this is that rules as written, it should take us 4 days to fry these wings 3 times.
Well, you did actually just take a big break.
No, I know. It's just like, that's hilarious that you have to spend 4 days frying fish.
Yo,
Or these mud wings. Like,
I'm just gonna hop in here and say, Barn, you have obviously overlooked saying that there's no cook NPC. How about your girl fucking Debbie?
Whoa, Deb! Not my girl. That's James' girl.
Dude. Should we go hit up Deb?
Yeah.
Famous lemon bars maker to cook up some mud wings?
Oh no! You gonna make you voice Deb now?
yes. Second to last episode. New character voice.
You head down to the Otari market and find the stall that makes the best fried sausage rolls in town. And it is manned, as it were, by none other than Debbie. And she sees y'all walk up and is like, "Oh, how you doing there? Don't you know?
Oh,
It's
boy.
good to see y'all there coming in. Good. Did you need some snacks for the road?"
No notes. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Just
Oh,
lean
yeah.
into your Fargo.
Oh yeah. I got lots of flaky pastry here. If you need.
Didn't you voice her
although,
last
you know,
episode though?
tends to no questions. It's not a Q&A now, okay?
Midwestern Galarian.
I highly recommend the flaky pastry, but it does leave a breadcrumb trail wherever you're going.
Oh, I really like this woman. She seems very kind. Wait, why is there a gap in best lemon bars on the wall?
I said that's not a Q&A. Did you need anything to go?
Oh, yes. Sorry. We came to ask if you could perhaps fry these mud wings. It is a very curious recipe that requires all of your precision to create these items. That would help us to defend the town.
Oh, don't you know that I have myself a little secret that I'm not supposed to tell you.
Why's she going French now? For crying in the beer cheese soup, Debbie.
Don't judge me. I'm a Cajun Minnesotan. Okay. Now, sometimes I don't change my fryer oil, and that's part of the trick now. Okay, but you have to do it in the right sort of increments. It's not up to health code, but it makes some delicious things.
Beryl just pretends to zip her mouth.
Oh my god! And she shows she's got 3 different fryers, I guess, fryer basins, and they're all of dubiously old oil and used oil. And she will do her best to aid you in a crafting check. But that's what I'm going to offer. I'm going to offer an aid, not to do the check for you.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and.
But we'll say it's an auto aid. Like
Sure.
I'm gonna give you an auto +2 aid to this.
All right.
Like an auto crit.
Here goes this crafting check. Plus 16 to the roll. All right. I rolled a 5 for a 21.
For a 21.
That has to be a failure, unless it's a level 2 item.
It's a very, very much higher level
Yeah.
item than that.
That might be a critical fail.
But it is not actually. It's not a critical fail. But you have 2 sets of mud wings, so you have a chance to do the second set proper if you want.
All right. I'll give it another roll. Why not? Ah, there we go. Another 5.
We got 2 free hero points.
Debbie, I'm sorry, but I've started a fire in your kitchen. Excuse me. Bye. And Beryl will just leave.
Oh, wait a second. Where are you going now?
You hear clank, 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 clank on the cobblestones.
But no, sorry. Scott did say it, but something I meant to say, kind of off the hop there, is that everyone should have 2 hero points from the previous episode that I was going to give out just so that someone. So please add that on, and feel free to spend one on one of these. If you
I'm good. I don't need to roll another 5 right away.
Anyone else want to try their own crafting check? Just because I'm feeling generous and we're coming to the end of this. Imagine all your crafting skills are quite low.
Yeah, +1.
+4.
0.
Can I give Beryl one of my hero points? Because I think we should probably have one of these.
I'll allow it.
Roll away.
Okay, well, I rolled a 29 this time.
Yeah. Success.
That's why, baby. A hope and a dream.
Quite fittingly, took 3 rolls.
That's a touch higher than a 5.
It's a touch higher than a 5. You're not wrong.
Oh,
Okay.
Harold, I made this for you.
Well, thank you very much.
I think you would look quite dashing with a pair of wings.
I don't know if I need it, but someone sure might.
Oh, should we give it to Nirkaj? He could be a little dragon for us.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, good idea. We think very much alike, Harold. I like this. And then Beryl will just, try to go find Nick. Do you think he's with the other kobolds? Or where is he?
Let's go track him down. I'm also interested in getting my new goggles.
Oh, they should be there. They're supposed to arrive today.
Well, let's head on over.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can round up the crew, go get your things, get the rune put in quickly. Like, I'm not gonna make you go through all these motions here. You get what you ordered. You get one set of these thrice fried mud wings, which are a level 12 item, by the way. You gather yourselves to go forward. Is there anything else before you want to go back into the vaults?
Do we need any more consumables? Do we need anything like that?
Harold or Nick should be taking that mummified bat just in case.
Yeah, look at your talismans. Some may be applied already, some may not, but, make sure you keep them in mind.
Nick's already holding a talisman that I need to use, but I haven't yet. The Iron Medallion, which is on
So
armor.
you can detach and reattach a new one, too. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Some attached to weapons, some attached to armor. Like, they're like 10-minute actions or something, or 1-minute actions. So you can swap it without expending anything.
So does Harold want either a thrice fried mudwing or a mummified bat?
I mean, I'll take the bat.
What does the bat do again? Oh, I guess the
Usually
blind
blind fight.
Okay. Yeah.
Go well with the goggles that you got. It'll look pretty spiffy down there.
Pretty sick.
His big obsidian goggles on Harold's face and a mummified bat hanging from his weapon.
Nerd.
I always picture them like dangling. I don't know who's familiar with Kingdom Hearts, but I always picture them like the little the keychains at the end of the keyblade, just like dangling around.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, and I guess Nick will take the mudwings. Ooh, snacks. Wait.
Thrice fried snacks.
Little
Delicious.
overdone.
It's so bad for your cholesterol, but I don't know if that's bad for you or not. I mean,
You know what? I'm just gonna stick it on the end of my spear, and we'll see how it tastes later.
just wag it around. I'm not a kobold scientist. I don't know these things.
Well, you're gonna die anyway. Why worry about your cholesterol?
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
Just real quick, nobody here casts Divine or Occult, right? We're all Primal and Arcane.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has Trick Magic item?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that scroll is
So good.
That
It's so
Spirit
insanely
Blast
good.
scroll is so good, but it's not usable, sadly. So you head back to the vaults. Do what route do you take? Do you just kind of head to level 2, take the teleporter, and get back to square one?
That sounds like what we would do, unless we wanted to take a trip down Minry Lane. But I think that we're pretty locked in at this point. Like, we've had our nervous little ha-ha-has, like, in the morning, frying the wings, but now it's like, all right, time to do this and just be done.
And Beryl stayed in there a little later with Talford and Augrail, so she might have done the kind of sending off with them.
True enough. Okay. So you head to the first teleportation circle available. Teleport to the one you discovered on the final level where the stone golem was. And as you are finding your way back to the main halls and chambers that you were once led through, you pass through that chamber where you were fighting the specters, and then you get into the sort of original room that Lady's Whisper brought you to, and you see a familiar face waiting for you. And it is Falshi or Shendiel, the drow. And he is flanked by the drow twins.
Oh,
that
shit.
once gave you some sort of strange seer-like information. And he's standing there with the eye patch over his eye and kind of perks up when you walk through. And he's like, "Oh, you are indeed here. Good news indeed. My friends, how fares your quest?"
We've been good.
We are in... Beryl just chucked. We are in the final leg, as it were.
The end game.
I can relate. I wish I was with my kin right now, and I'm eager to get back to them as soon as I can. But I was sent on a bit of a scouting mission to find you. seems here that Bazrad and Clathor, well, they predicted you would come here, and apparently they have something to say to you. I don't know what it is, but it was important enough to be sent here.
I see. Well, and Beryl will look between both of them.
What do you got to say, freaks?
Harold, please.
That was Scott, not Harold.
No, you said it in the voice. That was Harold.
Yeah.
That's what my voice is like when I wear this hat.
Falchi like kind of stands to the side and gestures, kind of like, you know, nodding towards the twins, and they're kind of standing there in their weird kind of mysterious way. And there's a bit of a moment of silence before one of them finally speaks up, and they do their trademark sort of like finishing each other's sentences and sort of talking at the same time. And between them, they say to you, "It is all four. You need them all. She has the Eben. It needs to be all. Infuse them. This is how you bring oblivion." And there's like a moment of silence, and Falchi just turns and is like, "Yes, well, I guess that's it. Do with that what you will."
Okay. I think we already knew that, but I do appreciate the confirmation. So, are they going to say anything else if I ask a question, or is this just kind of...
No, actually, we've got to go. I have another bit of information for you.
Okay.
And it is that we are moving. Ildaris is moving on the Erdafon. We don't expect you to join us. We know that you have your mission here. But the reason we're moving so suddenly is because we heard word that the war chief is not with them. It is... Our scouts have finally returned, worse for wear, but it seems that it is the moment to strike. So we are doing it now. And perhaps us striking above now will indeed distract your quarry. So...
Nah, you know what?
The best of luck.
I think that maybe we should just go with you.
No,
We'll go fight the Erdafon right now.
No.
And then you can
hold
come
on.
with us to help with Delcora. Yes, this is a good plan. We'll bring your entire squad. We'll roll up.
No. We need to do the wrong version of the phrase divide and conquer.
No, I do think you are using it incorrectly, but...
We will divide our resources to complete the same or similar tasks.
I feel like there's a lot of weight there with the similar tasks, but okay.
So you don't want to have a 58-person combat?
I don't know what that means.
It's a brawl.
All right. We appreciate you coming down and notify us and having your little soothsayers or whatever down here helping us out as well. We do appreciate it.
Just doing as I'm ordered. I hope it has been of help.
Greatly.
Be
Good luck to
safe,
you.
Fauci.
I'll do my damnedest.
I don't know if that's good. Is that good?
That's good.
All right.
Okay.
Bazrad Krator, let's go! And they just sort of meander behind him. And they all go off on their mission.
So, do you think the twins, do you think they rehearse that? Like, when nobody's looking, do you think they rehearse it? Or is that just like an actual thing?
I think that's just them. Little freaks.
That's so cool. And Harold, and Beryl just slapped Harold's arm, like, stop it.
I only saw one of them.
That's weird. Because Nick's cross-eyed right now.
Just holding the spear in front of his face.
Yeah, that happened again.
All right, well.
At least we don't have to go through the memory lane, as it were, this time.
So you make your way down to the room where you fought the Lady's Whisper, and you enter through the threshold that had the giant slab of stone that was some sort of strange door, effectively. You pass through that threshold, and the bones of Lady Whisper lay sprawled out on the floor. A reminder of the dark outer god that was once worshipped here, and that is being utilized in some strange fashion by Melkora. That's punctuated by the massive stone skull at the back of this room. This like very stark, dirty, kind of stinky room with that river, that sort of tributary that runs through the floor and under the walls, the fetid water. Ruff, I think you have this like, maybe you have this wary sense as you pass by the Lady's Whisper's bones. You know, like, that was such a horrible creature. Something that is, you're not sure, you know, you're not strictly sure if it's like something Pharasma approves of or not. Your gut might tell you it does. She very much wouldn't, because it is an undead creature, but it's also so closely related to death at the same time, death as a purpose and as an entity. There's this sort of omen-like feeling as you pass by or approach these bones.
Was that a prompt or just an explanation of how he feels?
Floor is open. What do you guys do? What do you all do?
If I could jump in here real quick, I just want to reiterate to our GM that I have a spirit sight ring, which, in the presence of nearby incorporeal creatures, even if it's within a solid object, you eventually detect the creature through your might. Though you might not do it instantly, and you can't pinpoint the location, this acts as a vague sense similar to human sense of smell. An incorporeal creature trying to hide its presence from this sense attempts a stealth check against your perception DC to hide from your vague sense, as normal for attempting to foil special senses. And I get a +2 item bonus when using the seek action to find hidden or undetected incorporeal creatures within 30 feet of me. A biatch.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that magic item. It's pretty cool. But you're not really looking at or detecting anything incorporeal in this moment.
I'm just giving you a heads up for today.
Yeah. Yep. No, I get you. I hear you.
It's weird that they put biatch in the description of that.
I liked it. It seemed well written.
It's got an asterisk and everything.
All right. Now, we can go check out this big altar dais or whatever it seems to be in the south of this room. Or we can go on continuing to the east. What do y'all think?
I would rather just get it over with, but I do have a few preparatory spells that I can cast if you think this next door is the door. It might be better to just wait, but if you can stand near me, at least one of you, I have a few spells prepared that will help us.
Ruff will draw the Wand of Fireball and the Potion of Quickness.
Yeah, bitch.
And put a scroll of heat metal. No, a scroll of grease into the retrieval belt.
Okay.
I affix the mummified bat and throw the feather token into the water, creating a swan boat.
You can't take the consumables with you. Might as well use them all.
This boat it's so big compared to this little tiny calm river.
This will help us later.
Ruff will also use the one action to activate the dark vision in his goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Harold does not.
I did.
No, Harold's going in blind.
Yeah, Harold's going in blind.
That's what
I'm
I
activating blind fight and just going in hard.
immediately. Yeah.
Instead of approaching the door, Nick's gonna pull out the insistent door knocker.
They'll never see this
You son
coming.
of a bitch. I mean, you can
Put it on the forehead of the
You've
skull.
got two doors to the east here that are equally spaced
I
apart.
think he means to the west.
Yeah, to the west.
Yeah, I meant to the west. So bad.
Maybe in campaign 2
can't
you'll
do it.
figure out your.
No,
You called it east earlier, so
it's not happening.
Just put a compass on the map.
It won't help.
do you know how many Weasts we've gotten already?
I wish it would help. Yeah. All right, enough delaying.
Yeah, I was
Go
like,
for
we're
it.
really just like, I don't want to go.
we don't want it to be done.
I'm ready to go.
Beryl and Nick approach the northern door of the western wall. As does Ruff. As does Nick.
And me.
Okay.
I said Beryl and Harold.
Oh, never mind.
You said
This is all going to come out in the edit.
Let's just fucking do this.
Beryl will raise the shield and look back to everyone and then push the door open if it opens.
It does indeed. You open the door to a strangely shaped chamber, and there is a humid, sort of oppressively clammy texture to the air that pushes through the doorway. The room's 4 wings each contain a massive pool of bubbling swamp water. Flickering motes of light and darkness play underneath the surface of the pools. You are very close to the northeastern one at the moment. The chamber's center is partially blocked by a circle of towering black standing stones, which crackle with an eerie energy that shoots up into the shaft in the ceiling. One might imagine this is the footprint of the lighthouse.
Oh shit.
There are 7 narrow channels, as though dug into the stone by a 7-fingered hand that runs from each pool, and 3 of the walls to 3 of the walls to a moat in the center of the room. From there, the water flows under the wall to the east, where you just came, and between a pair of black stone double doors, again, where you just came. And in the middle of the moat is an island that holds a smooth altar topped with a black lens the size of a fist. And as soon as you enter the room, you can see a ghostly form materialize over this little island and just pick up the lens. It's like a hand forms first around it, and it starts to rise, and then it slowly forms from the hand down the wrist and arm and across, creating this beautiful incorporeal gown and this vicious looking sorceress. And holding the lens aloft, she says, "You made it to the end. Will you accept my oblivion?"
Belcora, I don't know if you noticed this, but we're stubborn motherfuckers. And we're here to do one thing. And that's kill you for good. The only oblivion you're gonna find is at our blades and our weapons and our spells. Nimbleoff will never even know you existed. Tonight, after hundreds of years, you ain't gonna make it.
We shall see. The Rose Guard destroyed my original plans, but they could not destroy me, and neither will you, because my will and my stubbornness has made me immortal.
We are the Rose Guard anew, and we'll show you that we can finish the job.
Beryl will go ahead and reach over to Nick. A moment of your time, please, and begin to cast a spell, assuming this puts us into initiative.
Okay. And anyone else want to say anything? I moved you, James, because I know I paused you before you get to move in a proper position there. But anyone want to add to the conversation, or are we going for it?
I think Ruff's just going to stay quiet. He's kind of ruminating on the definition of oblivion and how he doesn't believe it's possible for this party, but it may be possible for Belcora.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Nick would start forward, and then as Beryl put a hand out, kind of stop and just take that moment to calm himself behind what is now kind of blinded rage at wanting to get this done and kill that woman.
Herald Scouts.
Classic move. Roll for initiative.
Just pulls out binoculars and starts looking around.
Ooh, it's a pretty good roll. I'm okay with that.
+2.
All right, what'd you get, Beryl?
With Harold, I got a 37.
Damn.
And Nick, pretty simpatico, also got a 37.
37. Okay. Harold, what'd you get?
28.
Okay. And Ruff, how did you fare with your fancy time warping?
Real bad. He rolled a natural 1.
Oh, no. Okay.
So his initiative is 16 plus Harold's 2, so 19.
18.
18?
Yeah, all right, 18.
2 plus 2
Sure.
equals 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 5, right?
And colloquially,
Yeah, but I want more. I want more higher initiative.
Of course you do. Everyone does.
Yeah. So while ruminating on the definition of the word oblivion and the idea that he may be removed from history, and he understands that that's a real possibility, that it at the end of this fight maybe he has never existed, and I think this shakes his resolve as he looks into the future to find what the right opening gambit is. He just gets caught up in the moment, gets caught up in that fear and that concept of being removed from time immemorium, and is not able to stabilize or destabilize the timeline.
Yeah, there's probably that big part of you that's resisting the end. Even though you need to face it now. Yeah, I dig it. Combat begins with Belcora Harufax.
Oh, shit.
I call shenanigans.
She holds. Got a 38, my friends.
I call
I
shenanigans.
got a 38. Natural 16. She raises the ebon lens in front of you all. And you can see, like, it's a smaller lens, but you can see, like, this oily blackness within it, and there are 3 glimmers within. And one of them starts to fade away as she absorbs some of the energy. And she says, "Death becomes you, but oblivion is your true destination. I will hasten it." And she becomes quickened from the lens.
She's going to use all the goddamn consumables before we can get it from her.
Should have rolled higher. And she then uses, let's see here, one sec. She becomes quickened, and then she becomes quickened, and then suddenly she raises the other hand in the air, and the energy coming from all of the standing stones, it like like that's going up into the ceiling and in through the footprint of the gauntlet, starts to surge with this other hand, and then she suddenly is able, like suddenly just swings her hand, her ghostly hand, and it comes at Harold from the floor next to him. Like, she swings it and the hand comes out of the floor and just swipes at him all of a sudden.
Okay.
And she's gonna strike at you for a 26.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Okay.
Take that 2-6 out
And
of
she
here.
just like, this hiss just like comes from her as she swings, and like you were like suddenly like, oh shit, what the hell was that? But that is her opening volley for now. Beryl, it's your turn.
Beryl reaches over to Nick and casts a spell. This should help. Mr. Rarline has warned me of some of the things she may try to do. And you feel yourself gaining almost this level of like vitality and positivity start coursing through you. The lights in here seem just a little bit brighter as Death Ward is cast on you. And you basically are shielded from the ravages of void energy. You gain a +4 status bonus to saves against death and void effects, gain void resistance 10, and suppress the effects of the doomed condition.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it flashes
Going on,
back
Nick, you said?
briefly to Talford and Beryl sitting there. Talford just smoking cigarettes. She's mostly going to be using spells from similar to mine, mostly towards the mind and the body. Less dodging and nimbleness and more absorbing and corroding. As she slots in the ochre limbs into the lattice. And we flash back and she raises her shield, brandishing the lattice. I am coming for you, Belcora. I will see you dead.
Okay. That's you. Nirkosh, you've just been death warded with a death ward spell.
Whoa. Is this altar in the middle elevated or anything? How accessible are we talking?
It's just a little bit elevated. It's something you could walk up to and just like place something on top. It's not like, it's not super high up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he would like to, I guess it's sudden charge time.
Okay.
Take a sudden charge to within 10 feet of her. Oh, I hit a wall, sorry. Ow! And then it'll bounce off.
Okay. Keep in mind crossing across the sort of main channel that comes from the wall is a difficult terrain square. So.
That's difficult terrain. Okay, so that's actually gonna affect that because I was just cutting it in there.
Mm-hmm. The little streams that go to the pools, not, but that main one and the pools themselves will definitely be difficult terrain.
So how about this? He gets up to the entrance and sees.
Real quick, Dunk. You can go this way, and that'll get you within 10 feet. If you can see what I'm mapping out. If you go north around the stone instead of through the canal.
Yeah, that's okay. The thing is, the only thing that would, spoiler alert for the listeners here, right to the northeast of Belcora is another enemy holding the fireball. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to assume Nick's not seeing it from where he was standing because it was blocked by that wall, and he will take that rush in. And if he can stop there, I don't know if that will... You can't really do that with a sudden charge, could you? But...
Well, sudden charge says you stride up to twice and strike, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything about, you have to go all the way to your intended target.
Okay, so if I can get to here and then take the stab at this...
Sure, yeah, I'll allow it. But here's the thing, is that it stops you in your tracks so hard because... It turns out that War Chief Kerfell is also right there behind the Standing Stone.
Oh, nice.
And so you've just like halted in this little lazy river. Oh God, I can't believe I said that.
It's getting real lively now.
because you saw you saw this suddenly this Erdofon's behind the Saystone. You get there and you go to swing and you see at the corner of your eye. So is the war chief. But yeah, continue your turn.
Ruff's gonna
Oh my
love
God.
this.
I think in a flash of not wanting to delve any further into that room, he will stop there and take the stab that his second choice stab at the Erdefon. I'm guessing some kind of a caster.
Yeah, you've seen this before. It was one of the crew that was with Kerfell when Ruff tried to face him 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm. For a 28 to hit? That was a shit roll.
28 will hit.
Good thing they suck. 15 damage, 11 piercing for Sonic.
Okay. And this thing hisses and kind of screams at you at this sudden stab. You get one more action.
Run away.
Yeah, I think he's just going to... I can't step out of there because it's a difficult terrain, but I will take a 10-foot stride so I'm not in the line of fire to the northeast.
All right, so yeah, you stride away. You were not in Kerfell's range, and this other one does not have a reaction for your stride. But everyone just sees Nick run in, suddenly halt, stab, and a scream, and then run back.
I'm sputtering out like, oh my God, it's the war chief.
Like, oh no. And next up is Harold.
Okay, Harold will cast guidance on himself using his one of his tattoos that he didn't often use. Classic me. Okay? Then,
And by didn't often, you mean this is the second time, I think?
no, it's been more than that. Come on, man. Then, with his next action, Harold looks at Belcora. This is for the townsfolk of Otari and Absalom. You think that your family was something special. Thought you deserved a lot of it. But y'all are just shit on the bottom of my shoe. Ain't doing nothing for nobody but yourselves. And that's why today you're gonna die for good at the hands of the new Rose Guard, the new protectors of the Isle of Kortos, and anyone else who's innocent and needs protecting. And that is gonna be a natural 3 on the die for a 25 on my intimidate check, which I'm not loving.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
not gonna.
I definitely didn't think so, but I'm not going to use a hero point.
She ain't a fear to you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I knew she was going to have high will. I just didn't think I was going to roll a 3. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to exploit vulnerability now. And that is going to be a 31 with the target of Belcora.
Yeah, it's a success. Yep, that does it.
Okay. Go and take breach defenses because I can take the negative 10 against her, or attack against her resistances, which would be negative 10. So I'm going to go for Ghost Touch.
Yeah, as a ghost, you would all have a pretty good idea. As a ghost or incorporeal creature, she's got damage to all except for Force, Ghost Touch, or Vitality, and would have double resistance against anything that's non-magical. That's you've definitely all learned that by now. That's just kind of a standard thing for what she is.
Yes. And then, but also, I will share that with Nirkash.
Gosh. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Which again, I don't think we ever explored whether that was rules as written. I don't think it is, but
What?
we're going
The
for
breach
it.
defenses?
Yeah, the fact that you can share breach defenses because it's like a extra one on top of your normal
Oh,
stuff.
right.
But like the shared thing doesn't specify it. Yeah, but like, go for it. Okay, that's your turn.
Yes.
All right. Next up is the Erdefon that Nick struck at, who is going to start casting a spell, but you don't really see what happens. And then it lets out like this war cry, this battle cry that you definitely would have heard on the battlefield in the Erdofon camp, like something that is meant to invigorate their fellow Erdofon. And with that battle cry, Kerfell comes running out from behind the stone slab and goes straight for the nearest target he can find. Absolute bloodlust. Just Roka sword in hand, comes in screaming, not a word, and just starts swinging. And rolls up to Nirkaj and drops a frenzied attack on him.
Oh, the Felshi thing was foreshadowing.
43 to hit with the sword.
43, you say?
Does he get an attack of opportunity for passing through here?
Nick would, yeah, actually, because you get the old reach.
Oh, fucking thanks, Cam. Please
That's what I'm
ground
here
that
for.
motherfucker. 39.
Oh, hold on a sec. I have to apply this effect.
Spicy.
Okay, 39 is a crit.
Wow, yeah, let's go.
Interrupt.
Get rooted, motherfucker. 38 damage.
38 damage.
Oh,
okay,
God.
big ol' hit. Let me roll a fortitude save to see if I'm deafened. I am.
Oh, that actually affects being able to hear the war chant.
Yeah, but the war chant's already gone off, so
No, for
I actually
sure.
get to make sure. Okay, yeah, it calculated how many rounds it works for. So can't stop that right now, but
Damn.
immobilized and fucking clumsy.
Nice.
Okay, so you reach out and stab at now. Actually, I do have to ask this question because it's such a ridiculous move right now. I always forget the order of operations. Like when an attack or when a reaction activates, it's usually the effects come in after the trigger has completed, with some exception. So I think Kerfell is up adjacent to Nick, but is in fact rooted, so at a pretty brutal disadvantage. There is an exception to that specific ruling. I know Cam's kind of going, I'm not so sure, but
I'm okay with it because this is the final
Yeah.
episodes and like let's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
wild with it. Let's go crazy.
yeah, but there's something in there. It's one of those ones like to prevent like overpower of stopping people like knocking them prone and that kind of thing. Anyway, so I'm going to continue with my frenzied attack.
Okay.
And it is that 43 to hit.
That is going to be a crit.
Okay. That's 59 points of damage.
Ouch.
I'm going to follow that up with a Jaws attack for 39 to hit.
That is a hit.
That's 22 points of damage. And then a third attack with the Jaws. Natural 20.
Oh, God.
Miss.
Wait, how many actions does he have? Is he hasted? Quickened?
No.
Okay.
But this is a 2-action attack. I'll read it for you just for legitimacy because I know I fucked some things up. But this is frenzied attack. Kerfell makes 1 Roka sword strike and 2 jaw strikes against 1 or 2 creatures, splitting up the attacks any way he wishes. His multiple attack penalty doesn't increase until after all 3 attacks.
Jesus.
It's brutal.
Against multiple
beast.
creatures, though, right?
1 or 2.
Okay.
Not up to 2. Not yeah. It's your choice.
No, I missed the or part.
Yeah. It is. I double checked that earlier. I was like,
So 1 action to move over, then I'm assuming this is a 2 action.
2.
Okay, so
2
it's
action
basically
to-
Dragon
to
Frenzy,
frenzied
but
attack.
multiple attack
Yeah.
doesn't go up. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
it's crazy.
Hey, look, I'm
really
better than a dragon.
Yeah. Sorry. So the third attack, if I didn't answer it already, is 46 points of damage on a crit.
And Nick has 45 HP left.
Oh no.
He is down and dying too.
Down and dying 2 from a crit. That is Kerfell's turn. Raphael. Things are going south quick.
Uh-huh. I guess that Iron Medallion won't save you here. What about those those wings. Did you get those, or did
I
Harold
didn't
get those?
activate them. I needed to use the one action to activate.
The wings are a reaction.
Only if you have
Oh,
them
they are
already
a reaction.
activated.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
you
have
have
to
to-
activate
yeah, you have
them
to have that
and be
cover,
flying.
yeah.
Oh,
The reaction
okay.
is to resist.
Well, you don't have to
damage.
be flying, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
tried.
no,
Yep.
thanks. And a more sarcastic thanks to Freeman.
Oh no. What do you got, Ruff?
Well, that changes kind of the whole dynamic of this combat, but I think I'm going to just go with my first turn as I thought I was going to do it. So he will drink that potion of quickness,
Okay.
and
You're quickened by that, I assume?
yeah. So he slams this potion of quickness for the quickened condition, and then he will let off a fireball with the wand of fireball level 3.
Okay.
Use. Takes 20 foot burst.
Those standing stones were a little bit in the way.
Yeah,
Can't seem to
well,
get them all,
so
yeah.
like I'm trying to make sure that I'm putting it where he can see it, as opposed to just like throwing it in there. So it will be there, and that will be a basic reflex save, please.
Okay, so from Belcora and the sort of underling Erdefon, 29 from Belcora, and 13 from the other Erdefon. Oh, no.
Okay, that's a critical fail from the other Erdefon and a success from Belcora.
Yeah.
So that's 20 points fire, so 40 to the other Erdefon, and whatever Belcora takes from that.
Okay. Belcora takes none because it's half damage for 10, and she has all damage resistance 10. And it is double for the Erdefon, so that's 40. So it's a pretty crazy offset there. You hear a big yell come out from that guy. That was brutal for him. not happy, not at all. But Belcora is just like, what is the purpose? Why do you resist oblivion with paltry powers of magic? What was your initiative again, Ruff?
18.
We're just really low. Okay. 18.
Yeah, just really low.
I'm just gonna update it real quick.
No reason, just wanted to make fun of you.
And then with his forced action, he will stride.
Okay, and he strides a bit to the north next to one of the pools.
Yeah. Just trying to get out of the way and get a clear line of sight, so we're not all grouped together when this sorceress goes off.
Okay.
We resist because oblivion only can exist without meaning, or with meaning. Damn it, come back to me.
Belcora then suddenly quickened 4 actions. How do I want to do this? This is wild.
Remember,
okay.
the fourth one can only be used for stride, step, or strike.
Oh, you say
I don't
that.
even think it can be used for step.
You say that.
Okay.
But did you read the Ebon Lens?
No, I'm not metagaming.
I did.
You have the information already. It's not metagaming.
It's metagaming.
She. Let's see here. Is there a perfect spot for this? There is. Okay. So she, from her pedestal, from this altar, again, kind of repeating this strange strike she did towards Harold, but this time, she sort of like seems to dip in and down into the altar, and then come out of the floor just a little bit to the southwest of you all, and eject this corrupting gaze in your direction, hitting all 4 of you. I need everyone to give me a basic will save, please.
You said corrupting gaze. Does that mean we have to be
No,
not
it's
averting our eyes?
Not an aura. Yeah, this is a deliberate action.
Balls. Sorry, Dunk. I tried again.
I wonder if Nick can roll onto this amulet that's attached to them, because this is where the iron medallion would come in huge.
Well,
handy.
let me just double check if there is an. Let me be very sure about this. There is no visual trait attached to this attack. So
What about auditory?
no, there is literally like no traits attached to it.
But smell.
Cool.
Whole factory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got
Okay,
a 26.
Barrel, what'd you get? 26. Okay.
Is that a success or failure?
That is a fail.
Hero point. 31.
Okay. That's a fail. Harold,
33.
Success.
And with resolve, critical success.
Critical success. Okay, good. Good call. Raphael,
24.
fail.
Ruff will turn back the clock.
Okay.
30.
30 is a fail.
Okay.
Nick.
2 on the die for an 18.
Oh, no.
Feels like this is a hero pointable moment.
That is a critical
It's a
fail.
teachable
Yeah, that's hero point
moment.
that.
Wait. How many do you have? How many do you have? How many do you have?
29.
Yeah, how many do you have?
I have 2.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have 2. Okay.
Well, now I have 1.
29 is a regular fail as well.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry, Freeman. Mine should have been a 31. Apparently, I got a +1 from roll back or turn back the clock.
Oh yeah, no, it's still a fail. I'm afraid. Yeah. So critical success from Harold, fail from everyone else. So Nick will go to dying 3, and then everyone else. So Ruff and Barrel will take 27 mental damage, and you will both become stupefied 1 for 1 minute. And as Belcora sinks back into the floor and reappears above her altar, she uses her quickened casting ability to launch off another 2-action spell, and is going to cast. It's going to cast Death Knell on Nick. And yes, this is a touch spell, but until the end of this turn, one of the actions she used in the previous turn was to be able to be present in the entirety of the last 3 levels of the vaults. So she can, that's why she popped up into the gaze. That's why she struck with her hand at Harold. She is everywhere until the end of this turn. And so she is going to cast Death Knell on Nick. However, Nick has Death Ward on, so he has an advantage against this in a sense.
+4.
But basically, the spell is you snuff out the life of a creature that's on the brink of death. The target must attempt a will save.
Wow.
So you have to be a living creature with 0 HP for this. You have to attempt me a will save right now.
You get a +4.
And a +4 to it, yeah.
Pretty good roll. 16 on the die for a 31. +4 is a 35.
Yeah, baby.
What dying condition are you at right now?
3.
Okay. That is a 35. That is a success. On a success, your dying value increases by 1.
No.
Oh.
You have 1 hero point left.
Yep.
You can just heroic recovery. You do not have to roll
Heroic
again.
recovery.
Yep, it's heroic
That's
recovery.
That's what you need to do right now.
Yep.
All right. So Nick has quickly gone to permanent death, used the last hero point for her recovery on a very, very important spell from Belcora. Clutch with that death ward. Holy crap, that's good. And that is going to be the end of Belcora's turn. Nick is now stabilized, no longer dying.
Wounded 1.
Barrel.
This is
Wounded
crazy.
1. Thank you.
Is this fun? Y'all are freaking out about nothing. All right. What? I'm about to fucking turn this around right now. Y'all are fucking wild.
Primal Caster, here we go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Okay, so the first 2 actions is going to be first action, interact, swap out the lattice and the staff of healing, and then we're gonna go ahead and cast our 3rd rank heal at Nick for 3d8 plus 24.
Yeah, you're gonna roll a flat check for casting a spell.
I do. Let's go ahead and I don't want you calendar. That's a 10 on the die. Nick, you're gonna heal for 36.
Heck yeah.
And that is all
Bam.
3 of the actions. All right, Harold, you're up. As
Okay, yeah.
the
Nick
channel-
springs to life, laying on the floor.
4, 3, 5. Damn.
Harold, what do you got?
Remind me, how high up is Belcora on this altar?
She's like 2 or 3 feet off the water surface, kind of thing, and the water's like ankle deep, but she's not elevated very much.
Okay. Harold, 2 actions. Run straight at Belcora.
Okay. Does he get the lattice?
No.
Barrel.
Okay. Barrel's to the lattice. Okay.
And will strike out with the cleaver.
Okay, you have 2 actions with all the difficult terrain. You have enough.
Oh
movement
shit,
for
sorry.
that?
That's all difficult terrain?
Well, all the water in that this stream here is
This main stream, like the channel,
the main
that's all difficult terrain. Well,
The ankle deep water.
never mind.
Yeah.
In that case, he doesn't do that. And he will move. Apologies.
Like you could still kind of get there, just a different direction.
Harold, did you happen to purchase a ghost touch potion elixir for the weapon for Nick?
No.
I know that
Don't
you are a very prescient planner.
He doesn't need it.
Nick has the
How cheap are
pearlescent
those?
pyramid.
Oh, okay.
And he's
Ignore
also
me
already
then.
getting it from my shared vulnerabilities. But thank you.
Oh yeah, he's bypassing that.
Oh, then hell yes, brother.
So you're saying I can still get there?
Well, like I'm saying,
All three.
if you move like up north and around, or like
By using all 3?
you can go past Kerfell.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's not chill. He's just going to go...
This would be 2 actions.
What?
You just gotta run past Kerfell.
Yeah, you
Okay,
have to run past Kerfell, but this would be 2 actions.
All right, I'll take that. I didn't want to be on this
He
side, but you know what?
definitely has a reactive strike.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take
Yep.
an active strike for sure. 31.
Okay, that's a hit.
Shit roll. 21 damage on your way by.
Nice. And Harold just gets directly in Belcora's face and will strike out with the cleaver.
Okay, right up by Belcora, also next to the other Erdefon.
Oh, fuck off. A 4 on the die for a 24.
No.
I'm
real
rolling.
quick.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Nick should be ahead of the Kerfell if he's not in the initiative because I don't see Kerfell. So
He is. Yeah.
okay,
Oh, yeah,
I
he
just
is.
want to make sure that you're not going to be like,
I forgot to
haha,
reveal him.
bonk bonk.
So yeah, Harold takes a hit from Kerfell, but keeps moving, and then gets around the corner and is right up in Belcora's goodies. Strikes, but just misses her form.
Okay.
And is standing right
Right.
next to this Erdefon. Just it's a little bit of a bad place.
So as you run around, Kerfell swings his sword at you, strikes true, and you just keep barreling through with like this determination, and you come to this little rivulet coming from the pool. It's leading to this sort of center moat, and as you're like splashing along this little rivulet, you feel this sense of doom come over you, and I need you to roll me a fortitude save.
26.
You're okay.
Oof.
Nick, Ruff, I need
Next
you.
up-
We need to take down Kerfell.
Next up is the Erdefon that's been beat real bad, who is going to, let's see here, cast a spell, a 2-action harm on itself, and heal itself for 38 points of damage. And then it is going to run out from behind the Standing Stone more into the proper battlefield, away from Harold and Belcora, closer to Kerfell. That's its turn. It is now Nick, laying on the ground in front of Kerfell, newly awoken
Heck yeah, he is.
from certain death.
Free action, kip up.
Hey-oh.
Second action, step to the northeast.
Hoo-hoo-ya.
Wait, no, that was the first action. All your kung fu
Yeah.
chicanery was getting to me. So first action is step to the northeast. Second and third actions will be to draw and drink a lesser healing potion.
No. Bearing in mind that you have to pick up your weapon
You can interact
after having.
for an action to. Oh yeah, that's true. Just swing,
Or unconscious, I should say.
swing, Nick.
Yeah, okay, fuck the healing potion. If it's between healing and stabbing, it's a stabbing motion.
Okay. So more.
Yeah, exactly. That's the soundtrack going through his mind right now.
It's the final
35 to hit Kerfell.
35 to Kerfell. Yeah, that hits.
For 17 damage.
17 damage. So free action, kip, step, grab weapon, stab.
Turn.
It's Kerfell's turn. Kerfell needs to break free from the entangled stupid fucking rune on your goddamn weapon. Let's see here. Do I want to do athletics? Do I want to do unarmed strike? My jaws attacks and unarmed strike. Yeah, it's higher. Let's do that one. What's the DC for it again?
You literally just don't roll a 1.
36. Okay. One action expended. I can't believe he's still deaf, though. It's just the one time it works. Okay, and he is going to... I mean, that's a tough one, actually.
At least he can't 3 action swing at you.
I mean, you could 2 action, three swing at you.
Not from that range.
Oh, no, we can't. No, we can't.
Yeah.
Right.
You just had to use
okay,
one.
what he's going to do is he's going to, let's see, he's going to step, getting sort of like somewhere near Ruff and Nick. Strategic approach, and then is going to swing his weapon, but I'm gonna roll to choose his target because he's no fool. He knows they're both dangerous. He will swing for Ruff. Kind of deking out Nick, swings the Roga sword for a 27. Oh, I rolled terrible.
I was ready to say the word crit, but that's a miss.
That's a miss. Okay, that's going to be Kerfell's turn. He was very well subdued there. Not subdued, but, held back. What's the word? Words. Words fail me to the end of this podcast. Hampered. Raphael, it's your turn.
Ruff, first action, will step back. Second action, I'll roll a flat check.
Stupid.
17. Okay, so he is going to overcharge that wand of fireball.
Okay. Okay.
That looks fine. So can I get a will save from Kerfeld and the other Erdefon as this other fire burst just explodes?
I won't give you a will save, but I'll give you a reflex save.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that.
32 from Kerfell
Success.
and 17 from the lackey.
Critical fail from the lackey again.
Damn it!
So that's a 19.
Oh my god. He just healed from this. Okay. So 38 to the lackey, and it was success from Kerfell?
Yeah.
So half coat. 9.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Gesundheit.
9 damage.
Okay. Not that it matters, but the wand's destroyed.
That's your last usage?
Worth it.
Well, I rolled a 7 on the overcharge flat check, and it's DC 10, so it's now destroyed instead of broken.
Oh. Shitballs. Okay.
That's fine. You can only overcharge the once. And does it have to be his final action that's the quickened action, or can his first action have been that?
It could be anyone, yeah.
Right. Then he will use...
Does he want to draw his weapon? He doesn't have it out yet.
Nope. He will Arcane Cascade. And do his free action, Conduct Energy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the rune on the old weapon. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little extra damage tossed into the mix, potentially.
Yeah, so that's
All right.
fire on fire on fire. And so the fun thing about Ruff is he can actually draw his weapon as part of the spell strike because of the Spirit Sheath. So I'm not
that's
super
right.
worried about that right now.
That's sick. Okay.
But that's
Good call.
for Step, Fireball, Arcane Cascade.
Okay. Okay, and that brings us to the top of round 3 with Belcora Haruvex, who will swing a hand in retribution at Harold. Waba! 31 to hit.
It's a hit.
You take 25 void damage. And she flies up into the air, about 10 feet up, and then over towards the battlefield away from you, Harold, and begins to cast a spell. And there is a vision of apocalyptic destruction that fills a whole bunch of your minds. It's going to hit Nick. It's going to hit Beryl. It's going to hit Ruff. I think it's going to hit the Erdafon. But basically, the end of the world enters your minds. It is a beautiful and terrifying, extremely real vision in front of you. The waters of the pool start to boil up and then splash over. The standing stones start to crumble and fall on top of you. The walls seem to shrink and pull in. In fact, some of you might even start to see some of the visions from those hallways and rooms. And a sense of dread absolutely overtakes all of you. And that's what we're going to call it. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.